viewers. Today we're on the Wellington cable car. How exciting! Here we're stopping at Salamanca station here. This is where many university students like myself can get on and off to go to university. But we're going to carry on going up to the top. Whoa! Bit wobbly. Hello everybody, once again, welcome to the top now of the Wellington cable car. I've just got off the cable car, as you would have seen in the video there, as I'm taking a different mode of transport to get to university this morning, as I've got about 3 hours to kill. If you haven't, now this is the cable car track you can see behind me here, and it's been around now for probably over 100 years or so. The cable cars that are on now are actually the third set of cars to run on the cable car tracks here. They were installed in 1979 and were refurbished in 2016 with a completely refurbished interior, new cables, new motors, everything, and that was done by the same company that installed the current system back in 1979. The building that you see that we're in here at the top of the cable car is actually brand new. Before all this, it used to just be open plan. As you can see here, the plaque, this was opened in 2014 in February by the now former Mayor of Wellington. We'll go outside in a minute and we'll take a look at what some of the other things there are to do here. Again, you can see the car that I've just got off of. You can actually see where the cars actually are sloped to the shape of the hill. They are driven by drivers. We're sitting in a cab and pressing buttons, communicating with one another. Very, very nice. And obviously there's another driver's, in fact we could probably have a look at the other driver's cab where the driver isn't, up here. It's all new equipment that was put in 2016 or 2015, whenever it was they were refurbished. Here is a map of some of the things that you can do up here. Obviously the most popular is there's the Botanic Gardens, which you can enjoy. The Carter Observatory, which is a museum. As you know, there's the Cable Car Museum, which is just there, which is another cool one to go to. Or you can also get the shuttle bus from here to Zealandia. There's also some short walks you can do, and some other interesting things as well. There's a map. Hop outside. There's a lovely 3D map here, so here's where we are. There's our cable car and the cable car museum, and the Carter Observatory is just there. And this map covers the majority of the botanic gardens as well, which is very, very nice. And you can, of course, stand and admire an open-aired view as well. From up here, the view is just spectacular. You can see the, well, huge parts of the city here. Just see the stadium over there. You can see the park over there. Sadly, the water fountain's not turned on today. And there's the other car. Oh, lovely. Of course, if you fancy it and you've got the time, you can come into the Cable Car Museum. It's a free entry, and you can come and sit in this. It's one of the two original car, not original, but older cars that used to run on the cable car. These were in fact the second set of cable cars that ran. They've only got one of them here, but you can come and sit on board. You can also see the driver's cab there and his controls. Wonder how he got in and out. These original red cars here were built in 1902 and ran until 1978. So these cars are over 100 years old. Of course, what you can also do is you can come downstairs. There is a lift here for disabled access, and you can come and see the original 1905 grip cars, which were used for slightly different purposes here. That's the black and white one that you can see behind me. This is one of the many that they had. Now, these cars are not, climb-onable. They are simply for eyes and camera lenses only, not for touching. But you are still more than welcome to come down and have a look at these and read about the history of the old grip cars, which, as you can see from these pictures, were at one point painted red, as you can see. And there's another old picture here of the grip cars in red, but they've since been restored to the original 1905 paint job and layout. As you can very clearly see here, Rouse and Hurrell Builders, Wellington. Very nice. And there's videos here as well for you to watch. Interestingly, not related to the cable car at all, you can actually see the lift motor. For anyone who's interested in that sort of thing, you can see the hydraulic lift motor. Now this here that we're coming into is called the winding room. This is also downstairs, and that's not a real bloke, by the way, that's just a mannequin, a waxwork. And this gives you a bit of insight into how the cable cars used to be powered and run using these old motors here, these massive wheels moving the cables there. There's also plenty of other things for you to see and read. Up there you can see that's the car that's sitting upstairs, the 1902 car, as you can see. Well, that's kind of it for the Cable Car Museum. Do come and have a visit, and do take a ride on the Wellington cable car. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Well, that's kind of about it for the Cable Car Museum. We'll go back upstairs now, and we'll just take another look around, and we'll see what else there is. As I mentioned earlier, we are right next to the botanical gardens that you can go and walk around. I've just found here, there's another little bit here you can read about private cable cars that people have going up to their own houses all over the city. There is a video about that next door, which obviously for copyright reasons I'm not allowed to show you any of. They've also got films on the old tramways system as well, which Wellington used to have, but not anymore. What museum would be complete without a gift shop? Hey? Every museum's got to have a gift shop, otherwise it's not a museum. Now, if you don't fancy taking the cable car up here or getting the bus, or walking, then there is a car park here. But do be warned though, it is pay and display, so it is not free. And there is also a nice cafe up here and a shop which is closed right now. Now, how about that, eh? So, nice place for you to go and get your cup of tea and some food. Very, very nice.